A lovely lady accosted me there a while ago. And you know the way you know someone and you know you should know them.
Yeah.
Catherine.
Oh, Catherine, yeah. Yeah, it's got a few children. So, where do we go? How do we start this?
Well, that's the first question. Where do you go from here now?
Well, we're going to have some long, hard negotiations with Goldenboy. They're very excited about the possibility. They apologised they couldn't come to Belfast for the fight, which we were slightly disappointed about. But I suppose, you know, if he'd landed that punch and knocked him out in front of them, they might probably have been dissuaded. They want to fight. Leo Santa Cruz, I think, is a real credible champion. He doesn't blow smoke. I think he really wants to fight Frampton, and I think this is going to be the best fight in the super bantamweight division because of the contrast in styles. And you know, I will be going out to speak to Richard Schaefer, and we will be going out in the next couple of weeks to talk to them because they want us to be involved in big fights. They want Frampton to be involved in a number of fights.
Is the civil war there going to complicate things?
What's that?
Schaefer and that.
No, I think
they're mates, are they not?
They want the best fighters in the world, and they want to be involved with the best
with
fighters.
the lawyers at the moment.
Oh, are they? Jesus.
I was unaware of that.
They still got to put shows on.
Yeah,
so.
And I think that's by the by. It's not important. What is important is the interest that they've shown in this film, and I suppose more importantly, it's the interest that Santa Cruz has shown in wanting to fight him.
Carl, we've just had your opponent here, Cazares, and complained about the way the count was delivered. From your vantage point in the ring, what did you make?
It was a normal count. He doesn't speak English, but he's been around the game long enough to be able to count to 10 in English. He was confused. He went in. Shane will probably tell you better. He spoke to him in change room. He'll explain what he says to him in the change room about the count.
Yeah, he said that he got dropped. He actually, he said to Bob Yalen, he said he got dropped, and when he got up, he was trying to count. His body was aware, but his mind was out of sync. So when he was going through it, he just couldn't register the whole thing. So what happened? Anybody that's been hit around the head will know sometimes your body wants to do something and your mind's telling you something different. So I also looked at him. I looked across, and he winked at Carl.
Yeah.
And he winked, and that was a wink saying, "I'm not getting up. It's me done."
It's very early in the round too, so
he would have been annihilated. He would have been annihilated, and Victor Loughlin, who's a world-class referee, knows that. He would have been absolutely destroyed.
He counted to 10. He was still on his knee, so you're out of the fight if that happens. You can't blame the referee. That's just the bottom line. So.
Plus the fact he said to Bob Yalen, he's never been hit so hard in his life.
Disagreed up here though in front of the cameras.
Eh?
But remember he said that in the
cried.
Disagreed up here.
Did he?
No, they say you get the voice up here, that's why.
Seriously? There you go.
So, is there any sense of almost anticlimax from you that you wanted to kind of get a few more rounds in for the?
No, I don't ever want to get a few more rounds in. I want to would have been better to get rid of in the first round even. But you just I do loads of rounds in the gym, and that's where that was a good performance. He hadn't been stopped in a long time, and I don't even know if he hasn't been. Has he ever been dropped? Has he been dropped since he was last stopped?
Well, when he was a light flyweight and he was busting his nut to make the weight, So
solid chin, but it was a very happy with the performance.
Yeah. Well, it was a destructive finish. Ideally, we'd love to have had a competitive fight for 4 or 5 rounds, and then Carl, knocked him out. But he did say during the week he was going to bingo him. Do you remember?
Yeah.
But again, we don't want to sit here and be cocky and conceited. We move on to the next one, and the next one is the one that really matters. So I'm disappointed to hear that there's litigation between De La Hoya and Richard Schaefer, but that's a big cavalcade of business, and that carries on. And they've got a commitment to Showtime. Showtime are interested in Carl. Peter Nelson from HBO is interested in Carl, but we want Santa Cruz, and he's with Showtime, so that's the way we're going. So we're going to go out there and talk to them.
He himself was
Pardon?
indicated. Santa Cruz.
Santa Cruz really
He's
wants to fight
indicated
Carl,
he
and
wants to
he wants to fight him. He desperately wants to fight him. So and that's a big fight. My concern would be that it would be on the undercard of something like Mayweather, and that you guys would have to travel and the fans would have to travel. But you know, we've reached that stage in his career. You know, all these fights are very, very important, and you know, Carl's willing to travel. Doesn't matter whether it's in America, East Coast, West Coast, Texas. Doesn't matter. He's going to do it.
Well, I take it Vegas is out in June.
Cunis at all too.
Reach you halfway, maybe in New York.
Yeah, be great. Madison Square Garden. Golden Boy have a deal with the Barclays Centre, but that's not big enough. You know, over here we put 15,000–20,000 people in. So we're looking at what used to be the MEN. What's it? The Phones for You? Is that what it's called? So we're looking at that. We're looking at Raven Hills.
Loads of venues.
We're looking at the outside arena at the showgrounds at King's at Balmoral Showgrounds. So there are a number of venues. We'd like it to be here, and
roughly, Barry, we're looking August, September. Is that
again, you know, if he doesn't fight for the title in summer, you know, early, mid or late summer, I want to keep him active this year. I want him to be busy. He had a sorry.
No, you get a fight in between. Hopefully, we've already discussed it as a team. And Santa Cruz, I seen it. He said he wanted to wait until sort of September, October time to fight, but I seen a tweet where he said he was back in the gym. So if he's back in the gym, maybe he'll have changed his mind. He want to get out in the summertime again.
And June or July would suit you guys.
Perfectly, perfect. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But if he's talking about September, October, I'd like to squeeze one in the middle.
And maybe we could possibly go out and, if we're doing business with them, we could go out and fight out there on a big showcase out there. That's something that's up for debate as well.
Is there anything to be gained from that fight?
Yeah, popularity in the States is where the money is. Those are the big paymasters.
But in terms of getting another fight under the belt before Santa Cruz.
Well, I suppose if they want to tease the fight, they might want the two of them to appear on the bill together. It's just the way it works.
So it would be good for Carl to get a fight away from here as well.
Yeah, just I mean, one of his dreams is talk to Carl. You talk.
What was the question again? I forgot the question.
Could it be good to fight out in America?
Before the Santa Cruz fight, you know, to get accustomed to it.
Of course, I've always dreamed of fighting in America. It wouldn't be a bad idea at all to fight out there. Get on a big bill, and just sort of get involved with the atmosphere. I don't think anything in America is ever going to be as loud as here at home, but of course it would be good just to see how to do things, and it's all about building a fan base as well, and let the Yanks have a look at me too.
Golden Boy have already. Sorry.
I say the last time he fought in America was when he was an amateur. I think he fought. We're trying to find his old.
No, I
old
don't.
record,
I'm not
could
sure.
Could have been Danny Garcia.
I boxed at D Garcia, right?
This is
from Philadelphia.
He got a win on his.
From Philadelphia when I was
15.
14 or 15.
And he beat him.
But
he's younger than you.
All I remember in the fight was he had a big left hook, and your man has a left hook, so I'll
carry it for the year.
And he loudmouthed dad, right?
No, I can't remember. I know someone that did beat him. John Joe Joyce beat him actually after that. Danny Garcia.
5 years ago.
Yeah.
Carl, you said actually today at catching in the first round, you did a couple of times. Do you actually feel that he kind of backed away and just seemed to lose a bit of interest or?
No, he came out firing in the second round again, so not really. I was backing him to the ropes, and I was trying to feint and stuff, and I hit him a few good shots, and I could tell that I hurt him. But he came out. He's a proper warrior. He's game. He came out and he's trying to win the fight still. He came out swinging. So yeah, but I think he was definitely cautious of my power after I hit him.
So left half the knockdown, one of the best shots you throw?
It probably the one that put Martinez away was decent too, but that was a good shot as well. Yeah, Chris Hughes' shot was a good one too, but that was
He's a tremendous punches so hard. Yeah, we've seen him drop light middles in the gym, welterweights, and he drops them and hurts them very badly. So any super bantamweight in the world that he hits, including Leo Santa Cruz, he hits him clean in the chin and lock him out.
Get more powerful, you think?
I think I am, because well, if you go by what I'm doing in the gym and the weight room, I'm lifting heavier, and I think he'll tell you he's holding the pads for me. Shane reckons.
You do elbows now that Conrad's coming. I need new elbows.
So
anybody's going to auction them off.
Yeah, he says I'm hitting harder. So, and that, you know, I don't usually get rid of people so early. It's usually I suss them out and have a look at them and be stopping people in the second half of fight. So it's good to get rid of someone, you know, quite early.
If you analyse his performance, it's off the front foot. He knocked the guy out off the front foot. We know he can fight on the back foot, but at the front foot he knocked him out with the left hook coming forward. And that's the part of it that Shane has been working on, developing his ability to close the opponents down and nail them off the front foot, because it takes a bit of courage. You got to stand down on your punches. You know, they talk about biting your toes into the canvas, just another little fraction of a second, but it makes a difference, and you saw what happened tonight.
Shane, did the game plan change after the first round or early in the fight at all?
No, you know, the thing is, we knew that he was going to back up, right? So our plan was to push him back, get the centre of the ring. As you see, he rushed out, got the centre of the ring. We knew he was going to circuit. He came out orthodox, where he normally comes out southpaw, but then as soon as he started nailing him, he converted back into the southpaw stance. But because he constantly switches, when he gets to the ropes, he squares himself up. So we were just planning on driving the right hand straight to his chest and straight to his body all the time, and then looping it over the top. We had it. I mean, I had it planned that he was going to knock him out with a right hook or a right hand. But if you watch, he actually went fainted, stepped outside of his jab and half hit him with a left hook and went to throw the right hand, but he dropped him with a left hook. It was the setup shot to actually follow in with the right hook. Same as with the Martinez fight. He fainted and he stepped back. He went 1, 2, and 3, but he knocked him out with a second shot. So it's it's the shots that they don't see that really hurt them. And I think, you know, with his feints and with his feet, I mean, he's so intelligent. He's got those little, you know, those little feints that can really do the damage that the big shots go.
Shane, we asked Cazares did he see any weaknesses with Carl, and found that he opens up a lot when he throws shots. Was that a part of this game plan to box more on the front foot, or would you agree with that?
I mean, you know, look, Carl would admit it himself, when he was an amateur, he loved guys to come forward. So we've been working on pushing opponents back in the gym, but with that you get hit, so you're gonna get open. But the good thing is he's got a good chin, and he can take a shot to the head and to the body, and we don't need to show that, but he can. You know, so if push comes to shove, and he gets nailed, you know, he's got the chin to stand up. So, I mean, Cazares, he's saying one thing and saying another, so I'm not going to take that into account.
Carl, could you sum up just the atmosphere tonight and how much that meant to you again, and was it even louder than the last?
I don't know. It probably was louder, to be honest. It's getting bigger and better and louder. It seems all the time. Amazing atmosphere. I felt good. I was excited. You know, as soon as I got onto the ramp, I felt good, and I was busting to start fighting. But I'm just trying to imagine what it's going to be like for a world title. I think it'll be great. If it's home or away, I think if it's away, I think we bring a few thousand traveling fans, and they'll be as noisy as the Yanks.
The song was a nice touch.
Yeah, that's why I picked it. Barry had a few concerns about it, didn't he? I liked it.
Good tune.
Oh, there's a couple of stunning knockouts on the undercard as well.
Yeah, I missed them all because I came out to see Conrad, and I didn't see the other kids. But I'm going to watch it again back on Box Nation, and run it through, and I can enjoy it. But we had a bit of a spanner thrown in the works because a couple of the guys didn't get through the medicals, and that was very disappointing for us. But we moved heaven and earth to try and get these titles for these kids. But they'll be back out. And, you know, and John down the back, John Brain knows that we're going to make sure these kids get out, keep busy. That's the most important thing for young kids. We want to develop Irish talent. We want to bring them through. We want to provide a conveyor belt of champions, and we will.
God, will fans be disappointed if you keep knocking people in the second round?
I don't know if they'll be disappointed. No, well, I suppose not. If they're proper fans, as long as I'm winning, they shouldn't really be disappointed. I suppose some will want to see blood and guts and stuff, but if you're a proper fan, then no, shouldn't be. You know.
The other thing is, it's not like how hard you were working in London. Were you surprised at how quickly it ended? Because it was almost like in London you were preparing. I mean, you told us it was going to be a hard fight. You were preparing for 12 rounds. I thought it would have. I thought it would have stopped him, but I thought it would have been after 8 or 9 rounds. He's a tough guy. I genuinely didn't think I would stop him so early, but it just shows you the power I've got. If I hit any of these guys clean, then I'm gonna.
Does it give you
good chance
more
I'm gonna knock
confidence
them
about
out.
your power when you do something like that, Carl? You make a statement like that?
Yeah, it does definitely. It's, you know, if you keep knocking people out, it's just adding the confidence. But I'm a big believer in my power. I know that, you know, no matter how tough a fight gets, as long as I'm in the fight, there's always a chance I can win because I do have knockout power.
You said it was an instinctive shot. Does the same apply then again, that, you know, no matter what situation you're in, you have that sort of instinct to...
A lot of the time it is. It looked good watching it back. It looked good. He threw a jab, and I slipped outside it to throw a shot, and I landed the left hook. So I can't really remember it, to be honest. But it's
neither can he.
Yeah.
Although he seems to change his mind.
Alright, we do envisage a show without Carl. But by that I mean, like, if he's at the World Championship, the World title, he's down to 2, maybe 3 fights a year. But as regards to the other lads you're talking about,
we're out in May. We've got a show in May.
Are we?
Yeah. It's the start of a long process in Belfast. So the kids are Mark, Jamie. We want them to front up the show. That's why I was completely gutted.
Oh, that's the same one.
Yeah. We want to get the guys out again. They've signed with us when you were out on holidays.
Yeah.
And Conrad listen, it goes without saying, Mr. Dynamite down, three rows down.
Is Mr. Dynamite?
It's Mr. Dynamite. Let me tell you something. Be careful of another fight in here. I'll go more than 2 rounds.
Alright, do you think working with Carl has, well, not that you ever lost your love of boxing, but just has reinvigorated it even more? You're just loving the sport even more working with Carl? Has it brought back a lot of passion?
Yeah, you know, they say if you want to, you know, I just love doing what I'm doing. It's not work, and we've been putting in sort of 16 hours a day for the last sort of 7-8 days, just because it's we're still very much a cottage industry in the sense that it's the family, and we've got really great people around us and a great team. And but that's how it all starts, and you build and develop and grow from there. So I love it, and you know, let me get it right this time. Cummings is in the inner sanctum, and he's going places in the middleweight division, and we're going to sign other kids. And Ireland is just full of talent, world-class talent. And you know, this guy is a flag bearer, and we got to win a world title, and he will win a world title. And I'm convinced he'll win a title at least a couple of divisions, because he can go up through the weights. And
them gloves as well tonight, they were really potted.
Yeah,
the left,
they were really potted.
The hand and left one, I thought, ooh, you picked the wrong gloves.
I didn't pick the wrong gloves.
Just go and get the other pair.
Every time I put padded gloves on, he knocks people out. It's nothing to do with you know, if he wears raised gloves, he can't wear raised, he'll break his hands. Anyway, is that enough?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Saw on Twitter that Gary Hines saying that he'd happily bring Redondo over here for a fight, like sooner rather than later. Is that something that you'd entertain if
no, we will definitely. No, it's not a matter of us not getting with Santa Cruz. We will fight Santa Cruz. That's the fight that makes the money. I thought HBO had dropped him.
They just dropped him.
They just dropped him.
I think he was talking about Redondo coming over here, so therefore.
But if you don't have TV and we're breaking through into America and we want to get a run of big fights.
No, but that's a fight. Like, he's the
best.
best.
Definitely a fight we're going to have.
I see him as the best in the world, super bantamweight. But if I beat Santa Cruz, then he'll be the guy I'll be chasing next.
Definitely, but that's a fight we're very much considering. But you know, let's be honest, in this business is about big fights and money. If we go down the Santa Cruz route, we're going to go Showtime, he's HBO, or he's not so maybe he'd be in a position to negotiate with us. But ultimately, what we're looking at is Santa Cruz. They talk about Abnumara's as a possibility, Johnny Gonzalez is a possibility. So there's a load of big fights there for us. But you know, that's a preferred route, Tris.
Okay, great, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.